Skip Stone, CEO, Stash Logics. Skip has returned, been here a couple times already, I believe, and I'm looking forward to hearing your presentation, Skip. Please take it away.
Thank you, John. Can you hear me? Okay. All right, thanks, John and Tim. Met you last month for this presentation, and thank you the rest of the judges. I appreciate your time and expertise in helping all the entrepreneurs out, including myself. So as John mentioned, I am Skip Stone, founder and CEO of Stash Logics. We make the best stash bags in the world. They are thoughtful, secure, and discreet. Thoughtful because we include features that no one else has thought of. Secure because our patented bags have a lock that keeps kids safe. And discreet because we seal in the odors with special zippers, gaskets, and liners. And they don't look like a stoner product either. That's because we're targeting a new cannabis consumer. That's the athletes, baby boomers, business people, and soccer moms, because that's where we see the real opportunity is. Speaking of opportunity, we're raising $1 million at a $5 million valuation. This is a Series A equity round. We've raised $690,000 so far, so we have $310,000 left to go. So we'd love to close the round with people here on this call. So let's dive into what investors want to know about. I'm going to quickly go through the problem, the market, the competition, the traction, our financial model, the exit, and the team. So first, the problem. Keeping kids safe from cannabis edibles has always been a driving force for us. Edibles need to be locked up around kids, end of story. But historically, cannabis storage has focused on, I'm sorry, I'm missing, seems to have stalled on my slides. Okay. Historically, cannabis storage is focused on padding, but cannabis is much more than glass pipes. It's dirty and smelly and sticky, but it's also beautiful and fragile and powerful, and it's not for everybody. So Stash Logics was created to address all of these problems, whether you're taking a road trip to visit the in-laws for the holidays, just going camping with friends and family, or a night on the town, Stash Logics has you covered. In fact, you're not alone. There's actually what I find 220 million worldwide cannabis consumers, and a recent Mayor's poll in the US showed that half of them are parents. So we have a niche in a massive market. You might wonder how we're going to compete. Well, we already have competition. It's dime bags, riot bags, and skunk bags. They've been around for about 10 to 15 years, but they're targeting the stoner demographic, the counterculture, and there's nothing wrong with that, but we're skating to where the puck is going, not where it is. We're talking to the parents, the empowered women, professionals, athletes. People love the outdoors. People like us. We're a Boulder, Colorado company. So people relate to our lifestyle. It's authentic and it's inspirational. And it's working. We've now sold $3.3 million worth of weed bags, and we don't even include the weed. That's kind of a joke, but it's actually true. I started this company in my garage in the winter over 4 years ago, I guess getting close to 5 years now. And we've now sold $3.3 million with the small dedicated team and a little bit of funding, but we've become a big brand in the space. So that's led to a great financial model. We are now we're about cash flow positive. We're right on the line there. We're running 61% gross margins this year, and we've done this all on just $690,000 of invested capital. We get ROI. Limited access to capital and a small team, we have to get ROI. So, but our brand is really starting to take off. These are our online sales, and as you can see, this year we've almost every single month, except for March and February when the pandemic was really hitting, and really August a little bit of a dip, we've exceeded every single month prior. So if we can thrive during a pandemic, then there's really not a lot that can stop us at this point. As far as exit goes, we're going to we believe we're going to be acquired by whoever values brand, somebody that wants to partner with the best. So the team that's going to deliver that exit is myself. I'm an engineer. I started the company to address my own needs with a couple of young kids in the house. So I made a prototype and I applied to the first class of Canopy Boulder. This was 5 years ago, and it was a cannabis specific incubator. And there I met my lead mentor, Steve Norman. Steve is a serial entrepreneur. He's the most notable of which was he was a co-founder and first COO of Einstein Bagels. So he knows how to run complicated businesses and how to scale up. After Canopy ended, Steve joined our team full time, became our first investor, and has been in the trenches with us every day. Blair has an MBA. She keeps the trains running on time. And Isaac is our young gun marketing guru who knows how to pull the right levers to build our brand online. So with that, I think I've answered or I've ticked off all the investor boxes. All our ducks are in a row. We're ready to scale. We just have $310,000 left to close this round. With this extra capital, we're going to be increasing our online marketing spend. Right now, we're getting about $4.30 for every dollar ad spend on mostly Facebook. We also will ramp up our distribution play, which we have done very successfully in Canada a couple years ago, but we've scaled back due to finances. And so we've, in the past year, it's been pretty interesting. Well, past couple years, we previously were 75% distributor model. Now we're 80% online sales. So we're expecting this year to have a $900,000 year in sales. So we're happy about the traction in online sales with great revenue. All of this is going to help further our mission of normalizing cannabis, of breaking the stigma, helping people be responsible. How do you travel, store, organize cannabis, and all of the pieces and parts and challenges that come with it. So with that, I'd love you to go check out our website. We have a great host of different products that are available. And yeah, for that, I'll just take questions from the judges.
Skip, you went. This is Dr. David speaking. You went over how much more you're raising. So you said there's, I think, $310,000 left that you're raising. Is that accurate?
Yes.
And then what's the minimum investment? Like this, can you go over like the general terms? Because I didn't see it on the screen for the offering.
Sure. $50,000 minimum investment. It's a Series A equity round. So it's a $1 million or total raise at a $5 million valuation. So 20% equity we're giving up in this round. And yeah, we've a lot of it has been in the bank and been deployed. We're just trying to close this round.
And then just one last follow up. Do you think you're going to be doing a second round in the next 24 months?
Probably will be. We have. It's hard to say. There's a big opportunity out there. We're a little bit limited on some of the marketing opportunities. So we do great with Facebook marketing and some other things, but we haven't really played around much outside of that, mostly because we get great ROI in that. Like I said, a dollar spend gives us $4.30 back. So our margins are 61%. So we have a solid business model. We have, anyway, so yeah, we're, sorry, I lost track of where I was going.
No worries. I'm familiar with the product. I have clients of mine and investors of mine who have your product as well too. I just wanted that key information. So we'll touch base offline. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, David.
Skip, question for you. What being your competitive advantage? So what patent do you have on this, and are you planning also to go? Are you B2C also in wholesale in stores?
We are. So we have a very robust B2C channel. We handle that in-house right now. We do have a distributor in Canada that we work with that has got us in the Tweed stores, some Tokyo smoke shops, really about 60% Ontario Cannabis Store. Most of the government-run dispensaries in Canada carry our product. We have a huge play in Canada. that revenue, it's complicated, but that revenue is not showing up this year, and it didn't even show up last year because our distributor thought that that market was going to blow up like everybody did, and it fell short, and it's slowly gaining steam, and we're about ready to get stuff going back there again. They're still kind of going through the product stuff, but internally we've decided to slow down on distribution because of finances, but we have in-house sales that manages our dispensary channel, and we're working with some of the biggest dispensaries throughout the United States, from Michigan to well, lately we've been having a really big play in Michigan, Massachusetts, Maryland, Pennsylvania, Oklahoma, but we've done extremely well in Northern California, Colorado, really all over the place. So yeah, we have a good, we do a little bit overseas. We have Amazon UK, and we have a little bit of activity in Brazil, but yeah.
Yeah. What about the patents? Do you have patents on this to protect it from someone else just creating a stash? I know you talked about the competitors, but what specific patents do you have?
So we have a design patent, provisional patent on a bag with an integrated lock, and that is the product that is our flagship product. And we do have some people knocking us off. We've sent threatening letters to them, but at this point, we just don't have the capital to chase them. Ultimately, we are a brand play. We are all about the brand. We have lots of brand IP, and we're really resonating with the brand aspect. We do have other patents that we have submitted more in the design realm. We have plans to do some innovative, possibly utility patents, but again, it's, you know, we're a small team running in a worldwide economy, so it's just, we tackle what we can when we can, but yeah, IP helps, slows people down. Ultimately, we're all about the brand, and that's our focus.
Thanks, Skip.
Skip, this is Josh Kincaid. You said 80% of your revenue comes online. A majority of that is Facebook. Is there any plans in the future to use some of the money that you're generating right now to transition into, or to add the pharmaceutical industry and place some of your bags in pharmacies, because of obviously pharmaceutical pills and whatever being a problem? You know, you don't want kids to get in that either. Is that something that you're going to get into?
Yeah, great question. We have a couple other brands that we have offshoots of that we haven't done a whole lot with, but we have the IP. Sorry, we have the company names and websites and social media pages for Safe Meds, which is specifically tackling what you're talking about. It's a lower cost product, but it's something that really every house in the country could use to hide up whatever kind of medicine they have. So we do plan to do something with that when we have a bigger team that we can tackle it. We also do have a Stash Action, which is kind of going more into the REI world, outdoor sporting goods, in not a cannabis play, but more just how do you keep, you know, things locked up on your bike and other just travel. And right now we're doing a part of a TV show called Catch Flights Not COVID on the Matador Network. They're going to be promoting our products, and that's specifically a travel play, not a cannabis play.
Hi, Skip. This is Terry. Quick question for you. I know 80% of your sales right now is online, but as you do expand into some of these other retail locations, what kind of margin pressures are you anticipating? You say you're running at a 61% now, so I know it's going to be hard to keep those type of margins up when you have to start splitting the pie with other people.
Right. So some of the other channels, when we get bigger distribution, big box stores, our margins are going to go down, and that's where we're definitely going to have to raise more money to tackle some of those channels. So right now we do have very healthy margins, but we've looked at the numbers. We have a lower cost product that can get into some of these other channels. And we understand, I have an investor that is trying to get us into CVS and Walgreens. They are a CEO of a large $500 million pharmaceutical company in New York that he's the CEO of, who invested in us. He trying to get us into that, but he's trying to get a CBD brand in first. So he's not, doesn't want to use up his relationship capital until his direct play has some traction. So we've looked at all those numbers. We've talked to the agents and the different distributors that would be involved, and the numbers look good. We can definitely still pull it off. It'd probably be, more like a 50% margin. Like I said, our pricing can come down in manufacturing for that product.
Do we have time for another question? All right, it's Lindsay.
Go ahead, Lindsay. Jump in.
Yeah, I just wanted to know, you gave us a number in terms of dollars in sales, but what does that come out in terms of units? And what would you do to be able to scale up from what you're able to do now if you took on a customer such as, or distributor network that took you to a place like CVS or Walgreens?
Yeah, let me see. I have so this is our pro forma. We're shooting for $1 million this year. I think we're going to fall a little short because probably mostly because funding. We're having to turn away some orders because we just don't have the inventory. But this is what we're looking at. This is specifically in the cannabis channel. Like we have these other channels that we can go after. We have not really put a lot of effort into those until we have resources. But we're expecting a healthy growth. I think that it's a rational, reasonable growth. We're not saying we're giving ourselves time to ramp things up, but we already have significant traction. We have a name brand in the industry. We are really the leaders and early adopters of this technology in the industry. So things are moving in the right direction, but prior to us coming onto the market, people weren't really considering that they needed a stash bag. They kind of used toiletry bags and other products that they found in their house. And people are now realizing that there are products out there and they serve a purpose.